Okay. But I want to also introduce time limit. Don't take all your time.
Thank you, sir. Why still, you know, is if I know the topic will continue to evolve the last day of five. I'm not going to say much about the topic, but the topic need to be looked at. For us, need to be looked at. And if I get the work right, so that you identify a problem which is related to airflow, and that now you want to bring out a model. A model of the housing, or a model of a barrack, or housing to barracks that would supply sufficient or comfortable airflow for residents. Am I getting it right? It's not like that. You see, that's why I was just thinking, so where do we look at? Where do we look at? Because airflow, you know, this military barrack have, maybe you have the other ranks, they have their own housing, the officers have a different type of housing. I think that is what is happening in that. Okay. So you are looking at all these categories. All of the categories.
Maybe if I can add so that don't keep repeating. In the course of our presentation, I think based on our ability to identify the problem, if I remember very well, I had mentioned the lack of maintenance first, then the maintenance coming up later with now modifications. And that modification, as if it is the factor that is not allowing the building to function properly. If I understand her direction, I think that's where she was coming from.
Okay. Try to clear some, because we're just trying to understand the work and then how to see how we can contribute to the work. You understand me? So I think I was believe at that. Then the next thing I want to look at is the issue of I have looked at your work. I have not seen where you discuss the issue of political framework. And you skip it completely in the work. You said conceptual framework, but I have not seen theoretical framework. Or are you saying conceptual framework is the same thing with theoretical framework? Is that what you are saying? So that's fine.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Good presentation. I have quite a number of comments to make. The title, when you look at the title, let's go back to the title, you discover that she's working on two different areas. She's working on two different areas. She's talking about airflow, and she's talking about climate responsive. These are two PhD works. So you need to identify where you are by looking at the topic again with your supervisory team. And if you are going with the airflow, ventilation, I was even suggesting that the team should include Professor Ninian. But if you are going with the second, the climate responsive, the team should include Professor Osmisho. I don't want to bring myself into So these two should be able to add up to the two different teams if you are going. And I've made some suggestions that maybe when you go to the team, you decide, because you know the area you want to land, so you will know which one is more. Because even if you are taking the airflow and all that, you will also mention climbing. Even if you are doing climbing responsible, you will talk about the flow of all those. So you need to stick to one, because these are two major areas that you can comfortably work on. And when you look at the topic again, the initial time when this work was submitted, when I saw it, I saw Barak. I said, I now called her. I said, is it not Rukuba Barak you are working on? Because I saw Barak. It was when I went in, I started seeing that it's more than one Barak. So there's something wrong with the topic again. So you need to put the S in the barracks there, so we know where you're going. And then if you are going to compare the barracks, is it a comparison that you're making with the Rukuba barracks and the barracks in Shandam? If it's, so you need to bring out those things so that we know the journey very well. Because you've done so much work, so you need to bring out those things. And then there are quite a number of things that I have commented on. So you just need to go and read most of it and see the corrections. And then when you come to your references, the references are either incomplete, or it's a different style you adopt and just add to it. So I said, and then the spacing in the references. So I've made my comments on this. So at least if you are able to sort this, I'm sure you will even be more comfortable moving with your work. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Prof.
Thank you. Yes, if the work is focused.
Sorry, Prof.
Yes,
You are not in the team?
No.
And then, because you really suggested perhaps
No.
your expertise, I will give you 2 minutes. Am I in a minute?
Instead of 1 minute.
Yes, I'm adding you 1 more minute.
Extra. Oh, this is nice.
So if the design, if this is the site really focused on the airflow, it will require measurements over time. And that will be a serious constraint for the work. So the caution should be that. But if the focus will be on climate responsive design, then we measure it towards or measure it against design recommendations. And it happens so that our own students at 300 levels, they use Marconi table. They actively use the grammatic data, enter it into the table, and they are able to come with design recommendations for any grammatic solving idea. We have done it for several years, so we keep one time, but we are faithfully doing it. So we know what the design recommendations for the zone are. So if we to see the shortcomings and to see how it could be improved upon. Though I also maintain them here in Marconi tables. So it can also advantage of taking variance. And techniques, data collection, caution to be taken in the so-called one.
That the topic, just like what you suggested, we are looking at so many different topics that you are looking at the table systems and all that. So the topic fundamentally has to be worked on, because we have experts here who have done a lot of work on ventilation system, on airflow, and whatever. They are not discussed here. So the expert